inconsequential anger. Yasmin ruṣhṭe bhayaṃ nāsti, tuṣhṭe naivaṃ dhanāgamaḥ. Nigraho'nugraho nāsti, sa ruṣhṭaḥ kim kariṣhyati. So yasmin ruṣhṭe, in who's getting upset, bhayaṃ nāsti, there is no fear. And tuṣhṭe naivaṃ dhanāgamaḥ. And if the person becomes happy, there is no dhanāgamaḥ, there is no money inflow. Nigraho'nugraho nāsti. There is no punishment, there is no grace. Such a person, even if that gets upset, what can he do? Right? Who is afraid of that? Nothing. So at we see that, now we don't have kings, but a king, a manager, a boss, that's the modern day kings. All the big corporates are the empires, multinationals, empires across political boundaries. And CEOs are the kings, and manager and boss is king on a day-to-day basis for us. So a king or a manager or a boss who gets angry or upset at you, but never brings his anger to fruition. How? By some consequence to the employee. So you get angry, but there is no consequence. Then nobody is going to be scared of such a boss. Maybe you also have had some boss like that in workplace. Initially, when you're young and you're new to the job and the boss shows tantrums or is upset or yelling or whatever, just not happy with your work, you get worried. What do I do? What do I do? So you talk to others. And then you realize the whole backstory, and everybody tells, oh yeah, he's just putting a facade. There's nothing more that happens. He just lets it out. So then you stop worrying about such a boss and you start enjoying the show. But it doesn't motivate you anymore, right? So all anger and no danger, then you ignore it. And if you find that the manager or the boss, even if he praises you, and you do a lot of work, you make the boss happy, you meet all the deadlines, you go beyond the call of duty, and still there is no raise coming along, the review, there's no promotion, there's no raise. Soon you will say, what's the point of working hard for this guy? There's no raise, there's no promotion, and sometimes people will even leave that job. So all praise but no raise, that also doesn't work. No one is motivated to work, if you please, but there's no result coming. Now at home also, this can apply. So in parenting also, this is very much seen without parents realizing it. And actually, parents keep getting more and more frustrated as the kids grow older. So mothers and even fathers, they will make some outrageous threat, like I'll break your leg if you do this again. And of course, you'll never follow it up. You'll not break the leg of your own child. And very quickly, the child who would get scared initially will understand that this threat is never followed up. It's just an empty threat. And then they start ignoring and enjoying your getting angry, right? And the most common refrain that parents will say, my kid doesn't listen to me anymore. That anymore is also very important. So don't give empty threats. Instead of outrageous threats like breaking legs and all, that you will never follow, give some small doable consequences. Like, if you don't finish your homework by 7 o'clock, there is no dessert in the dinner today. Now this you can follow, right? But then you have to follow it through also. You cannot just melt away in motherly love and just say, oh, okay, my child is so unhappy or is throwing a tantrum, I can't watch him like this, and give the dessert. Then he will know that this threat is also useless. It's just a facade, and just if he makes some ruckus, you will, break in and give whatever he wants. And don't do these to relieve your anger. Oh, I'm so angry, I'll just scold this kid. But do it because it is good for the child to grow up as a disciplined person, right? And the same thing also applies for promises. That don't make any promises that you cannot keep, because children look for the approval from their parents. It's a different story that parents substitute themselves by gadgets and TV and screens and phones and whatnot. And because of that, the children stop seeking approval but demanding more things. So remember, the refrain was, my child doesn't listen to me anymore, right? So there was a time when the child used to listen, very small, and we gave all the time. And then as the child grew up a little bit, we started giving things to the child and rather than our time, right? So in the beginning, even a small promise of a candy or some, I'll cook you some favorite dish, or I'll take you out for ice cream or whatever, could motivate the child, right? And then if as a parent you do not keep up the promise, the child gets hurt in the beginning, and after some time, if it happens multiple times as a pattern, then the child also makes conclusion that, there's no point trying to please this parent. The promises never are followed through. The best reward you could give a child would be your sincere praise and sharing your time with the child. Right? You share your time. That's the best gift you can give to the child. Both positive and negative encouragements, they require a follow-up. Without consequences, nobody's worried, right? So a boss whose anger does no harm and pleasing does no good, what can he do? So all anger and no danger, all praise and no raise, they are both ignored.